We're nearly halfway into the Championship season, and only 21 points separate first Crystal Palace and last Millwall, I want to say. I think it's Millwall, or maybe even Wolves, who, by the way, Tim Sherwood has gone to rather than us. Sad face. But I'm more than happy to stay at Portsmouth. We're a few points off the playoffs, and with Christmas 2019, 2020, whatever it is, we could get into the playoffs as a Boxing Day special. So, for Season 3, Episode 7, roll the intro.
Goes Pompey, 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 you're the team. Pompey, 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 you're the cream. Pompey, you're the greatest, and we'll keep following you. You will keep following Pompey, following the boys in blue.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 of season 3 of the Football Manager 2018 Let's Play with Portsmouth on FM18. And today we're playing two really crucial games. The first one coming against Sunderland, the second one coming against playoff candidates and competitors, Fleetwood, in the second game on the Boxing Day game in today's episode. So we've played 4 games since the last episode, which by the way I totally recommend you go and watch. It's season 3 episode 6 obviously, and it's all in the Portsmouth playlist, because what a whopper that was. If you haven't watched it, here's the spoiler. So, in that episode, we beat Brighton 3-0 and drew with Preston 4-4. We've had 4 games since then. We got battered by Blackburn. We went 1-0 up, and then they went 2-1 up, 3-1 up, then we went 3-2, and then they completely battered us, basically. Then we drew with Brentford 3-3, which I'm really annoyed at. Brett Pittman got his first game of the season. Obviously, he's been left out a little bit lately. And I thought, you know what, we'll try him. And he scored a goal in his first appearance, but they scored a last-minute goal to get them a draw. Then Brett Pittman scored another 2 against Huddersfield, so it seems that giving him the chance is probably the best thing to do. And then Chris Long scored. And by the way, Huddersfield are doing really, really badly this season. They are down in, I want to say 20th, actually 18th. Yeah, they've got Max Maurizio Pellegrino as it's Southampton in real life. And they're only 2 points away from relegation. Considering they only got relegated a season before last, it's really worrying signs for them. And then the last game we played a week ago against QPR, we drew 1-1 with Connor Chaplin getting a goal and Kateem Harris levelling results. So we've got a game against Fleetwood and Sunderland today, and that could move us in to the playoff places. So for today's game, then the first one against Sunderland, we're playing all stopping goal as always. Thompson and Banks Landell, Watmore and McCrory at the back, with Myler and Colkett in the middle. Naismith, Pittman and Abbey to get the nod in the attacking positions. Then Connor Chaplin plays up front. I haven't played FM since yesterday, so it's going to be quite weird. It's obviously Sunday morning, the actual day this is meant to come out, and views are actually going really well on this series at the moment. That's really positive. We're getting, consistently about 30 views a day, which I think's good. We're still in 3D. I would play in 3D, folks. That's what I play in usually, but it's just too much lag for you guys watching, so I just don't see the point. And to be fair, I do like 2D. It's just when I play the games off camera, I do like to play in director mode, which is very nice. But as I said, the views are really good. It's about 30 or 40, ranging around about per day. And I'm more than happy with that, to be quite honest. That's going to be 1-0. No, it's not actually. Because, what I like most is to have a consistent viewer base. I'd rather have 30 viewers every video than have 60 on one, then 20 on another. Because that would be really peculiar. And then that makes you kind of feel a bit insecure, thinking, well, what's happened? Is that just luck in terms of how many views I've got or something else? But, apart from I want to say there's just one episode that's got like 20 views, but apart from that, they've all been quite consistent in the amount of views we've got. So it seems to be building a bit of a community around here, which is really nice to see as we get fully into this series. But Chaplin's just scored a lovely assist, if you might have saw, from David Myler from the other half of the pitch. And as I said, it deserves a second view, which we will do, of course, in the replay now. And Tom Ince, who's playing for Sunderland now, blimey, he's moved around. And Myler actually can see a lovely assist, chips it practically over all of the Sunderland defence. That Sunderland defender should have got it, but Chaplin with a lovely shot, and now the actual Championship top scorer. He is powering in the goals at the moment. We'll actually have a look after this game to compare where he is now to where McLinnan was this time last year, because McLinnan did slow down after a bit, obviously, because he didn't beat the goal record, and Gabbiadini actually got the top goal scorer last year, but hopefully Chaplin can do it, and hopefully we can kind of praise that with a promotion, which we'll absolutely be doing if we keep doing that. Banksland, after being here for a year and a half, has finally just scored his first Portsmouth goal. Brett Pittman getting the assist there, so Colkett passed it out to Naismith on the wing. He put it back central to Pittman. Very nice pass through to a Banksland. He regularly finds himself in the opposition box, apart from obviously a corner. And that is a lovely finish from Banksland, so fair enough to him. And it seems like a long way back now for Sunderland, who have got no players I recognise, apart from, as in their current squad. They've got Watmore on the bench, and they've also got Casfrey who's playing. But I don't think any of those players are playing for Sunderland in real life. So you can just see how much turmoil they've got. And they've actually just sacked their recent manager, Tony Pulis, because, well, I don't get it. He did come up in my FM saying that he'd had like a real switch around and a clear out, which is probably why the place is so different. And within 2 days of that, apparently he'd been sacked, which I don't really get, because that's 2-1. Because, you know, they're in 15th, they're only 7 points off the playoffs, even with this loss today. And, okay, I think they came down from the Premier League last season, but, well, it's just football, isn't it, for you? You know, the football these days, managers just don't last, and I think that's really well reflected in this game. In fact, maybe even an extreme, you know, managers seem to get sacked even more in this game, and the Leicester manager I can't think who it is, but the Leicester, Claude Puel, he got sacked a few weeks ago on the game, and they're about 18th for the Premier League. I'll admit, I applied for that job, because I thought, you know what, Leicester would be a really good job, you know, to return to their glory days, perhaps. And we were just unsuccessful in that. We had a job interview with Sheffield United. We didn't apply for that job, but they just approached us. And I thought, you know what, we might as well do the job interview. I've got no intention of going there, but we'll just do the job interview anyway. I'm just being aware that this might well be 2-2 in a minute. But, you know, they not that they weren't interested, but I think they went with somebody else. And, you know, I don't mind that, because it really doesn't make a difference to me. But it's a bit weird that, you know, we're being overlooked for some jobs, which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, we can't really do much about it. Because, well, at the end of the day, I think it's good. Because if we were getting, you know, approach for every job, then it get a bit boring. Because we want to be with Portsmouth for the long haul, really. But at the same time, if a really good opportunity comes around, whether that be in this country or abroad, we'll go for it. Because, you know, you've got to be realistic. If any manager gets a really good approach from a club, then you're just going to go for it, aren't you? Wolves in the relegation zone now. It's really bad for them. And they've had a really bad season. We obviously had a look last episode how they were doing, but Tim Sherwood hopefully can turn them round. But as it stands, we haven't actually made a substitution, which might be costly here. I hope not. We will bring Colkett off for May, who can play as a Calero. He's actually fully trained as a Calero now. Which is it a Calero? Carrilero. We'll call it the Shuttler instead. That's a much easier term to use. We'll put Adekanye on for a Beta, and we'll make it a triple substitution, and we'll bring McAlinden on up front ahead of Chaplin. I'm happy with that. So I hope this highlight doesn't mean that Sunderland get back into the game 2-2, because that's a bit of a disaster. But Kasri's on the edge of the box. Marega to Kasri. McCrory gets it out for now. A Beta. Just chuck it up the pitch, son. A Beta. To McCrory. Don't lose it, whatever you do. A Beta. He's going to lose it here. Oh, that's not too bad. Dillabaji to Kasri. To Jensen, don't shoot. Oh, lovely save from Allsop. Yeah, it might have just been right on his hands. I don't really care about that, you know, but it was a really good save. We got 14 minutes left, and actually, Sunderland deserves something here. You know, they've had a lot more shots. I don't really get why we haven't made a substitution yet, but lovely from Pittman intercepting that pass. Chaplin's for on goal. He shoots. Oh, it's just wide. Tell you what, if we'd have scored that one, it would have really secured the game. But a triple substitution, hopefully, will breathe a little bit more life into our squad. And as it stands, we're only 3 points away from the playoffs going into the Boxing Day match. So it's really exciting. And we're playing Fleetwood in that match, who have actually fell out of the that zone today. But we're doing really well lately. And, oh, God, don't jinx yourself. Jensen, Thompson gets it out. McAlinden. Oh, God, no. Oh, dear. We were 2-0 up, weren't we? And now we've gone and buggered it up. It's 2-2, and it's going to be 2 drop points. We're now 5 points away from the playoffs. I'm speechless. I can't believe that. How are we behind? I have absolutely no idea. How did that happen? Wow. That game changed a bit, didn't it? Well, we've lost that one 3-2. And that is absolutely shocking, because we're now 6 points away from the playoffs. Obviously, we're not going to be in the playoffs by the end of today's episode. But that is really not good. If we'd have won that game, we'd have been in a lot of better position. But fair play to Sunderland. But We have done awfully there to concede that, and that's disappointing, the collapse, definitely. Speculation linking me to the West Brom post. Is there really? They're in the Premier League. I've obviously sacked the manager. Are we favourite for that one? Not Appleton's favourite. But if we go on home, how do we find this now? Social feed. Wigan. I'm not interested in Wigan. No, they're nowhere. News, it'll maybe be... I'm trying to find West Brom now. There we go. West Brom, Saka, Guire. And we're actually we were the favourites. We're joint favourite with Appleton. So, if we get an approach, we might go for the West Brom job. Let me know what you think of that one down in the comments. But now we move on to Fleetwood, and I might have a little cry at that. We've made quite a few changes then for this game against Fleetwood on Boxing Day. We've got Love, Clark, Bird. In fact, the defence has all changed in rotational purposes. Adekanye comes in for a bit. He's got afflicted with a little bit of an injury. And McAlinden gets a rare appearance in today's game. Well, the West Brom job, we haven't been approached by West Brom, but our odds have shortened from 6-1 to 3-1. They asked us that question about the vacant post, and we said, we were open for talks. And apparently the West Brom fans consider me their main candidate, which is pretty humbling because there's the likes of Andres Villas-Boas in the running for that job, and, he's definitely got more credibility than me in terms of his experience, so I think that's really humbling. But in real life, I'm not a big fan of West Brom. They're quite a local team, obviously, to me, but I would definitely pick Wolves over West Brom every day of the week. But it would be nice, I suppose, to manage somebody else. But the only risk is that with this Portsmouth team, we've got potential to go up to the Premier League. And if we went to West Brom, it's a big risk because we could end up back here. But at the same time, they've got some really good players. They've got Danny Ings. They've got... who else have they got? But they've got Tom Cleverley as well. And they've got some really good players. But McAlinden through to Chaplin. Silly stuff. Adekanye back into Myler to McAlinden, and McAlinden gets a back of the net. Now, how many goals has McAlinden got this season? 8 goals, that'll be 9. And to be fair, he is doing pretty well for the amount of games he's played. It's a fair play to McAlinden, because he's made a lot of substitute appearances this year. And I didn't say that I'd change the formation back to a 4-2-2. I thought, Pittman's had his chance in the side, and he shouldn't be playing every single game at the end of the day. But lovely goal from McAlinden there. And as I said about West Brom, it's a tricky one. I'd like to say at Portsmouth, but then I can't hold on to Portsmouth all my career. And it's just a wonder that, we could go up. But basically, we can stay here and take the chance of, promotion, in that we might not get an opportunity where the club wants us. Obviously, we had the chance with Leicester, but Leicester weren't interested, whereas West Brom seem interested in me. And we might not get that chance for a while. So, I don't know what to do. I think we'll stay at Portsmouth. I don't think we will go to West Brom, unless they offer us the job. And it's transfer budget, really, because we're nearly in January now, and clearly they're in last, so they can't be doing too well. It's not purely down to the manager. I think they've got like 7 or 8 points so far, I'm pretty sure. They haven't got that many, definitely. So clearly we need some investment, and I would bring some of the Portsmouth players with me, no doubt about it. Lovely ball from McAlinden to Chaplin, very close though there. And we are 1-0 up, by the way. We are going to win this game, hopefully, and not bottle it like we did with the last one. We'll bring May on for Myler, and we'll also bring Jamal Lowe on for Naismith. I feel a bit sorry for Lowe because he plays really well when he actually does play. We don't play him enough, unfortunately. But I don't know who I'd bring. I'd definitely take Chaplin as it stands, and maybe even McAlinden. But a lovely ball from Chaplin to McAlinden. It doesn't quite work out like that though. I'd take Chaplin. I might take Adekanye because I think he's a good player for the future. And I might try and take David Myler. But lovely from Wiggett. Royce Wiggins has just scored a free kick. That's unheard of in my FM saves. We never score from free kicks. Never mind set pieces. We never score from free kicks. And Wiggins has put it lovely to the side of the wall. The wall didn't care. And he scored it. Brilliant stuff. We should win this game now. And that is really, really good. I'm more than happy with that. A few minutes left then here at Fratton Park. And we've overturned the guttingness and the grump of earlier on in the episode. But it's just so gutting because we could have had 6 points off today's episode. And it seems that teams have dropped points. The likes of Southampton today and the Villa. And we could have been in the playoffs by the end of today's episode. But we've commanded the game against Fleetwood here. They don't seem to have a serious look in at all at any point during the game. And we are going to win this one 2-0. That's brilliant to see. And that is really good. McAlinden getting a goal, and Royce Wiggins getting a rare goal. As it said, we're always in control here, definitely. So let's have a look at the end of the episode where that leaves. I think we're in about 10th or 9th, I think now. 3 points away. Championship, there we go. 3 points away from the playoffs. I think it's quite manageable. But Coman seems to have a really good game there. Because it's oh, he's on loan from Arsenal. Never heard of him before. He's come from Romania. Okay, that's an interesting one. A name I've never heard of before. Let me know in the comments if you guys have heard of it. But obviously about the West Brom job, we are, there you go, 3-1 to get that job. I guess you guys see next episode what happens with that. But next time round, I don't think we'll come back for the FA Cup, because actually no, I'm not too bothered about that. But we'll come back we'll come back definitely for those 2 games against Bristol and Sheffield Wednesday. Or actually we might come back, there's 4 good games there, Villa, Ipswich, Bristol and Sheffield Wednesday. I might just leave it as a surprise. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Make sure to leave a like if you did, and comment down below any thoughts about the series and about the West Brom job as well. And subscribe for daily FM content, I've nearly said a rude word there. Ignore that. FM18 content and Ash's cricket videos 3 times a week. Anyway, thank you for watching, folks. I've been TIJ, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 PM as per usual. Goodbye.